Marvin Harrison Jr. versus Malik Nabers. The pro day for Malik Nabers, 4.35 40, 42-inch vertical, and 129-inch broad jump. This is insane. Now, in any other year, Nabers would probably be the number one receiver off the board. It's probably still going to be Marvin Harrison Jr., although there is a case to be made that Nabers is actually the guy that you want from a fantasy angle here. Matt, tell us why we should not overlook Nabers as potentially the number one receiver this year over Harrison.
First off, I want to start off by saying you can like one guy and the other guy can still be really good, right? I mean, that's the problem. When you get into Twitter and X or whatever you want to call Reddit, everyone seems to think that whatever side you take on, that is the guy. I mean, that is your guy. You can't defer. They can't be good. Only one guy can be good. No. Well, you know what? I think the way the NFL is looking at these wide receivers, Harrison Jr., Nabers, Rome Odunze, I think they think that they're a lot closer as far as draft capital is concerned than what maybe we make it in the media, right? I think the NFL values all three of these wide receivers. And I bet you if you go around and you take a look at all the NFL teams right now, there's going to be teams that have Harrison Jr. number one. There's going to be teams that have Nabers number one. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's teams that have Odunze number one as well. We are blessed to have three really good wide receivers. That being said, I do have a type, and Malik Nabers fits that bill. Explosive, yards after the catch. I mean, this is the kind of guy that I look at. I'm not looking at his pro day. I mean, ooh and awed a lot of people there down in Baton Rouge, but I seen it on tape. There's a reason why I had Malik Nabers as my wide receiver one. Yes, that's right. Malik Nabers is the top wide receiver for me. And it's not because I'm trying to be contradicting everything or trying to have a hot take. He just does things for me that are good regardless of who's throwing you the ball. Harrison Jr., they both win different ways. He's a big type wide receiver, 6'4", throw it up there and let him go get it. He's going to get it. But Nabers, he's a burner, change of direction. I mean, he's quick after the catch. He changes his direction so fluidly. I mean, as soon as he's got the ball, he's like changing the direction and he's going to rack off. He can take a 5-yard pass and take it 40, where I don't think Harrison quite has that in him. You could throw the ball 60 yards in the air and he's going to come down with it. He's more of a contested catch guy, a big body. He's going to box people out in the red zone. They're going to get their fantasy points in different ways, but at the end of it, their production is going to be very similar. So for me, if you splice the DNA of Garrett Wilson with DJ Moore, you're going to get Malik Nabers. That's what it comes down to. And for those out there, it's 6'4" versus 6 foot. But by the way, the new prototypical wide receiver is no longer 6'4", 220 pounds. Yeah. It's 6 foot, 200 pounds, which is what Malik Nabers happens to be. Smaller wide receivers are becoming more and more successful in today's game. You're looking at size versus speed and how you want to win. And for me, Nabers wins in more of the areas in which I'm looking for here as far as fantasy is concerned. Again, both wide receivers are going to be good. I just like what Nabers can do after the ball is in his hands.